Hi everyone, so I'm finally back with another true crime video. I'm really excited about this one because this is one of my favorite true crime stories and I just want to get right on into it. So, first of all, I just want to say I'm going to try to do every second video a true crime video, and then another video will be lifestyle or something else. I don't know. But for today's video, we are going to be talking about the torture and murder of a toddler, a 2-year-old boy, whose name was James Bulger. So I have all my notes right here that I typed out, and I want to go ahead and talk about this. I think that this is insane, and I'm just very flabbergasted by everything that has conspired with this story. So anyways, he was a 2-year-old boy named James Bulger. He was from England, so this did not happen in America. But anyways, he was a 2-year-old boy who was abducted from a shopping center slash grocery store. He was taken, tortured, and beaten to death. And the two people who did this were 10-year-old boys, which is so insane because why would a couple of 10-year-old boys even do this? So the two 10-year-old boys, their names are Robert Thompson and John Venables. And the day they did this, they actually planned to do this, supposedly. They planned to do this and they skipped school to go around to a shopping center so that they could scope out for little kids to take. And it was also said that they were there stealing things and kind of getting their hands on whatever they could. So James's mother was at the meat market and she was paying for the meat. So John, which can be seen in a surveillance video, he was the one who took the boy and walked him away from his mother. Robert was actually walking in front of them, so it almost seemed like he was leading them out. So Robert was here, John was here, and they were walking the little boy out of the shopping center. So they took him out, and there were dozens of witnesses who said that they saw the three of them walking together, and they said nothing. And some of them said they didn't see anything wrong or whatever. Some people did say that he looked like he was distressed. James, who was the 2-year-old, he seemed like he was distressed. And there were other people who said that they even saw the two 10-year-olds punching and kicking James, but they didn't say anything, which, okay, I guess, totally fine. Two kids, punching and kicking a little boy, no biggie. And he looks distressed, but no big deal. So anyways, this did happen a very long time ago. It's not anything new, but the two 10-year-old boys, Robert and John, they actually were put in a juvenile facility and basically they got therapy and they were rehabilitated for 8 years until they were 18 years old. So they were let out at the age of 18. And get this, they were given new names, new identities, new backstories. So John and Robert basically do not exist. These two boys got all new identities so that they could have a fresh start, a clean slate, and they could basically live their lives as if they didn't do what they did, which is insane. I understand that with juveniles, you probably shouldn't put their names out there, their photos, whatever. The only photos that I've ever seen of them are their mugshot photos when they were little boys. There's nothing of them when they're 18, 20, 25. There's no other photos that have been shown, only the ones of them as little kids. So people don't know what they look like. And it sucks because the little clips that I was watching, the interviewer was asking the mother, do you ever see boys and you think it could be him or it could be that guy or maybe it's that guy? And she said she used to, but now she doesn't anymore. But I think that's crazy because I feel like I would think that way too, seeing guys that maybe could look like them or look like adult versions of them. I would be like, is that him? Maybe, I don't know. I feel like I would kind of walk around on eggshells because you don't really know, you know what I mean? So this is the part that's crazy. So the video that I was watching was in 2018 and said that they were around 27 years old. And so now in 2020, they would be around 29 years old. And it says that John, which I will put the photo as the thumbnail, their mugshots, but John, who was the little boy with the black hair, he was arrested and got in trouble again for downloading and distributing child pornography. So people are now wondering if maybe did anything like that happen to James? Was there anything going on with any sexual assault before they killed him? They were saying how they should have given a lot more details because there really were not a ton of details given about the murder. But now that they're seeing this has happened, they're kind of wondering, well, what really went down when James was killed? And I think it's crazy. So he actually was charged with downloading and distributing child pornography, which is horrible. And just the fact that at 10 years old he murdered a boy, and then now at around 29 years old he was caught for doing this with child pornography, it just makes you think, is there a such thing as being rehabilitated for everyone? For some people, yes. For everybody, I don't think so. And it almost makes me think that could have been a good thing that they caught them when they caught them, because look at what has happened after the fact. You know, they caught them when they were 10 years old and they put them in care, police care, and they probably saved a lot of people from being killed or beaten or kidnapped because they skipped school and planned to do this. So they probably saved a lot of other little kids. They said that they did try to kidnap a little girl, but they were not able to. And after that, they ended up kidnapping and beating James to death. So they tried to do this before. And so it almost makes me think, well, having them locked up at that young of an age, yeah, maybe it seems odd because they were only 10 years old, but look what happened later in life. You know, now he's been caught for doing this with child pornography, so it just doesn't seem like he made a mistake as a kid and just needed some time to be rehabilitated and then he can be let out into society. It doesn't seem that way to me. I feel like it seems like he is an evil boy and he needs to, when he was locked up, it seems like that's where he needs to be. And I think he should stay there because, in my opinion, this is the second time something horrible has happened with a child, and I don't think that they should give him another opportunity to do something else, because who knows if he might kill someone else or do something else with child pornography or anything like that. So I don't think that he should be let out again. You know, they tried to give them another chance at life. If I was James's family, I would be furious. And the family said that they were not happy about it. A lot of people that were being interviewed in that little documentary, which I will put the link down there, it's from 60 Minutes Australia, they said that they think that they were not punished hard enough. And they were saying that they were taking trips and they were going to football games and they were basically on a long vacation. And they were saying that they were getting therapy and being rehabilitated, but from what they were saying, it seems like they were basically on a long vacation. So a lot of them are saying that they did not get what they deserved. And it is difficult because they are kids, but I saw this case where these two girls, I believe they were 12 years old, but I saw this case of these two girls and they tried to stab their friend to death and she ended up surviving, luckily, but they got, I believe one of them got 40 years in a mental institution. That, for a 12-year-old, because you can't really, obviously you can't send them to prison, I feel like that's a lot more reasonable than just saying, well, you know, when you're 18, we'll let you out, but for now, I guess we'll, you know, keep you here and rehabilitate you. I just feel like that is kind of letting them off of the hook, but I don't know. So I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that there is a such thing as rehabilitating a child? Do you think that kids can make mistakes like killing a kid and then be let out when they're 18? I don't know. I really don't know. So who knows? They did not say the names of John and Robert now because they're still trying to protect their identities, which I just think is horrible. But the family seems really upset about it. I would be very upset about it also. I think it's horrible, and I really think that them just letting them off with a clean slate is very odd, you know? So I don't know. I think it's crazy, and the fact that they protected them, and here's a new name, a new backstory. Alrighty, go ahead and, live a new life. This didn't even happen. Like I said previously, John and Robert, they don't exist anymore technically because that's not their names anymore. So if they did pull that up, they could say, well, that's not me. My name is blah, blah, blah. I didn't do that. I don't know, you guys. I want to know what you guys think about this because this is one of the craziest true crime stories I've heard. Whenever it involves kids, I always just think it's so insane because I can't believe that kids are trying to kill their friends or kill other kids. It's insane, Thinking of a child thinking to do something like that, they skip school to go abduct a child to do this. They beat him to death. And who knows, if it wasn't for that surveillance video, maybe they wouldn't have been caught. Who knows if they would have done it again? I mean, I don't know, it's crazy, but I want to know what you guys think. Like I said, the information that I got was from 60 Minutes Australia. It was a mini documentary episode, and I will put the link there if you want to watch that. But that's all I got for this video, and I am working on another true crime video, so that is coming pretty soon. Thank you for watching.